What up, YouTube? It's your boy Turok here. Long time no see. I know it's been a while. And today I have you guys a drawing of Yusuke Urameshi from the series YuYu Hakusho. Now, for those who don't know, YuYu Hakusho is a manga series and an animated series written by Yoshihiro Togashi. And the series pretty much sums up of a delinquent boy called Yusuke Urameshi, later on maturing and learning life values and lessons and stuff, which in the end of the series, he finds out that there's more than being a jerk in life, and it's more better to actually live life happily and safely, and I guess having loved ones nearby. Alright, so that's the point of YuYu Hakusho. So again, that was just a small recap, and I have a drawing for you guys. Now, for the stuff I use, it is Copic markers, more importantly Copic sketch. Copic style are good in case you guys can't afford Copic sketch. They just are a little bit more pricey. I also use some Prismacolors, and I use the Copic outlining markers. For the erasers, I do use a Faber-Castell eraser. I just find it more better in my opinion. It's not too fake or rubberish. It's just more easy to use, and it just gets the job well done. Also, I do use a little bit of pastels for the hands, a little bit, as you can't see in this video, but I do use it for some tiny bit of glittering and shadowing on the palms area. So FYI, I know it's a lot of stuff, but most importantly, you will need just Copic markers. Alright, so first things first I do is I actually sketch out, which of course you can't color something without having it drawn first. So I sketch out the drawing, and I decide to give Yusuke a spirit gun pose. Spirit gun is probably Goku's Kamehameha, Yusuke's classic and famous move, which is Goku's Kamehameha, or let's just say Naruto's Rasengan, and Luffy's, I guess you could say, Red Hawk, I suppose. I sketch out the drawing, and I later on use the outlining markers I mentioned earlier, which are the Copic markers. Usually I use a 0.3 or 0.5 outlining tip measurement. It just has that original anime manga look. Once you have the sketch and outlined it ready, you want to go on the next step, which is coloring the project. So as you guys can see here, I'm using my Copic markers to color in Yusuke's hands on his spirit gun pose. As I mentioned in every video in the past that I've made, patience is key. Alright, you guys want to make sure you guys take your time, and not to rush things, because overall, the more time you do to take something, the more better it will be. Whether it's when you rush it, you just kind of just start messing around, and you later on see like there's messed up bumps, and you just misplace the shadowing a little. So just take your time, don't rush it. Art's supposed to be just about creativity and using your imagination, so there's no need to rush things. Just enjoy it. And the number one advice I usually give out to rookies or to people who are, beginners, is you want to start off with the lightest tone color you have, and then slowly transition into a darker and darker and darker tone. So as you guys can see here, I did use the lightest skin tone marker I had, and then I slowly transitioned into a darker and darker and darker skin tone, and it just gives it that realistic 3D look. And in this case of an animation drawing, if you guys are doing this for a hyper realistic art, which I will one day upload on my channel, that's way much more complicated. You just, for that you will have to take more time, because, well, let's just say that's for a whole nother topic. We're talking about Yusuke here, so let's go on to the next step. Another mistake that people usually do is, for example, when they're trying to do details in clothing, they usually outline the clothing wrinkles, which is a mistake normally people do in their beginning to draw, because once you color it, you want to make that wrinkle look realistic, kindish. So when they draw that outlining marker they have there, it just ruins it. So as you guys can see here, Yusuke's shirt kind of looks plain in the middle section, but I want that because there's gonna be shadowing when I color it. You guys will understand once I color in the shirt. I don't think it's shown in the video, but I slowly kind of show how I bit by bit color it. As you guys can see here, once I colored in the shirt, as I mentioned previously, the shadows are there without the lining, which in my opinion looks better. And so later on we start off by coloring in his jeans. So as you guys can see, I'm always making sure I test out what colors I'm using. And that's another common mistake people do. They just grab whatever, or like, let's just say for example, I'm coloring in Yusuke's pants and they are the color blue. Normally people will just get any blue they'd see, but in reality, there's a lot of blues out there. There's royal blue, there's deep blue, which are two different types of blue, but they kind of look the same, but they aren't. So, you know, the naked eye can't see everything clear. You guys got to make sure and test out stuff. You guys got to make sure you guys have the right colors. You guys have to make sure it's the right color. You know, one small difference can make a huge difference, if that makes sense. So one small mistake can make a huge difference. And see, that's another problem with art. You know, artists usually when they start kind of give up early on because they mess up once, and it's okay to make mistakes, guys. You know, it's normal. It's a part of life. You learn from those mistakes and you just get better throughout you know, life, and just enjoy it. Like I said, take time and, you know, just have fun with it. And as you guys can see here, this is when I start this. I have a copying paper. And the reason why I have this copying paper is because I am painting over the drawing, so I will use a spray gun to paint the background. Copying paper is actually a great paper to cover over in case you're painting. It really works well. What I use are Tic Tacs, is what it's called, to place the paper, to hold the paper in place. So when I spray the gun, it doesn't move. It's kind of like little sticky pieces of clay that don't affect your drawing. And I do use them for shoes as well. When I customize shoes, if you guys didn't know, I do customize shoes. Check it out. Very thankful if you do. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I mentioned, you want to use a box cutter, or if you have an X-Acto knife, it's better. You know, just copy in the outerior of the drawing. Use the X-Acto knife to cut it. And you just throw the rest, and as you guys can see here, start spray painting. So I do give it or let's just say I use a dark blue, transition to a light blue, and then transition to a light green. And then I have the blue on the bottom just for his jeans, so it combines really well, and the outcome is really nice. I hope you all like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and again, take your time, boys. Thank you so much, and you have a good one.